Okay, now I guess I am live right now. Okay, welcome everyone. Today I'm gonna be talking about new fight analysis, since seems like the first one had a pretty much uh, good. I don't know how to say, but seems like people really like that. So I decided to do another French versus Italy fight comparison in order to analyze two completely different game styles, since maybe every Italian fought against another Italian, and every French player fought against another French player. So I decided to do these crossovers whenever a French player fought an Italian one, and vice versa. So let's go further and let's analyze this fight: Frageth versus SuperJojo. Let's do a little opening. When I say Frageth, I say Italian top 2. This guy is very famous in the Italian community because he always made it into the top 4 of the tournaments, and in the latest years is always in the grand finals along with me. So we're talking about a very strong player, very strong and experienced player. This is what concerns about the Italian one. Then we have Super Jojo. Sadly, I don't really know about him, but I can say he is a good emergent player. Does this word exist? Let's say yes. Okay. So we can say that he's maybe very strong too, but inexperienced. We will see after why that's so important. So let's go further into the match and let's analyze it. Okay. Nice, we have a beam clash. Oh, let's see here. We had a misinput from Frageth, which is very bad in this situation because look, now we have the struggle. Now we have Super Jojo trying to Super Dragon Dash in order to get into his back, and Frageth giving a misinput here that allows Super Jojo to safely get into his back. We don't have any after image and explosive waves, so Frageth is very vulnerable in this moment. Oh, nice Z counter. Alright, a little note. I remember this fight being very weird to me because I would assume Frageth was just the second player and Super Jojo was the first one. So remember that the titles, name of the players, are just switched. So player 1 is Super Jojo and player 2 is Frageth. Okay? Let's write this here. We just need a reminder. Super Jojo player 1, Frageth player 2. So this misinput was actually from Frageth. Now, okay, you can see right now that both have less than 1 key bar. In this situation, Z counters are useless. I'm sorry. Why then? When you get a Z counter, you get a nice exchange of vanishing attacks. But when you have no key, you won't do any vanishing attack if you Z counter. You will just vanish back to your opponent. So what Frageth will do is to vanish and, you see, get away from the opponent in order to start again a new combo. In this situation, when they both have no key, in particular when your opponent has no key, you shouldn't be going for a Z counter, because you're giving him a free reset. Let's go further. Nice punish. Nice. Nice. I don't really know why SuperJojo went for death beams here, but I just know that Frageth is very good at playing the patience game. So when he saw his death beams whiff, he went for a punish and get the second life bar. That's another important thing we just saw here. When you get your cell death beams hit, you can't go for some of ground mix-up, because they don't force your opponents to the ground. So what just Frageth will do is to look very closely who's the next SuperJojo character, which is Trunks, and just approach and then leave. This way, if Jojo gets Trunks in stage and tries to go for a target rush, he has the explosive wave if he wants to keep cell, but he has a lot of time in order to get his Gohan Madan into the stage. So he's just playing safe. He obtained what he wanted, and now he's just going for some safe analysis of the fight real time. That's very nice from Frageth. It may seem something really obvious, but I can just say that's not very obvious. Sometimes you just have to wait a bit and be happy on what you gain in the fight. You won't need to unnecessarily force everything else. So basically we have the change from SuperJojo here. And as you can see, Frageth prevented any kind of attack with this strategy. And then went for a change. This way, his Gohan Madan will get into the fight without having to deal against any Trunks mix-up. Right? So he's free to force the close range and force some Madan mix-ups. Let's go further. As you can see, he's completely free to get into the melee zone, as he has not to fear anything. His change isn't ready, he has not any blast to. That's a nice punish. Oh, nice read. Oh, that's a very bad mistake. Trunks has a safe step in sorry. Trunks has a safe step in attack, but if you miss the timing, you're just giving your opponent a free chance to punish you. That's very important. Don't miss that. And you can see Frageth went for a different step in attack, and then for a mix-up. I guess his instability gauge was very high, so his Ki cannon floated the enemy away. But then, watch him. He goes for Madan mix-up. What could have done SuperJojo in this moment? Let's analyze it closely. As you can see, they both go for backstep. Frageth goes for a backstep because he needs a backstep in order to get the Madan working, since they were both in the melee range, as we can see again. You see, in this moment, they were in melee range. So maybe SuperJojo tried to escape with a down cross arrow, and instead he got a backstep, giving him free Madden since he can't dodge. SuperJojo just had to guard here because he was in the wrong position. Everything else would have made to him even a worse situation. Just block it and don't try anything else, don't force anything else, because against Gohan Madden you have to play very patient. With the Madden, Frageth gets another bar, but as you can see he goes for the ground recovery and ground mix-up. Nice block. When your opponent blocks your attacks, it means he's pressing circle while your mix-ups. So maybe if you want to force your choice, you have to full charge them. And you will see that a common mistake the Frageth makes is not to charge completely his smash attacks. Nice, he gets a guard break here. But as you can see, he isn't maximizing at all. Oh, very bad mistake here. He went so greedy, and now Frageth is free, as I would mind, to change his character and save his bar. So maybe in this way, he completely lost chance to deal a good amount of damage. What could have done SuperJojo here? Let's analyze. This is the moment where he gets the guard break. If he went for a medium charge step in attack with Trunks, he must be expecting your opponent or to get the hit or to get his guard break. So I can't understand why he wasn't expecting something like that. He would have just stopped here, maybe go to max power and throw his ultimate against him. He had the time. Or maybe went for a burning attack, then change into 17 in order to grant his road very safe for his 17 and throw power balls after. But he had to wake up his opponent, so maybe it was just difficult. So the best choice here was to go into max power mode and try to throw an ultimate. Let's go further. Yeah, we just saw this and we were here. As you can see, Frageth is free to change right now. Oh, Super Saiyan Vegeta, nice choice. And we have 17. Nice vanish. Then immediately goes for Blast 2. That has not very much sense because androids can't get a guard break in these situations, but SuperJojo was moving. When you're against a character which has a target rush, and in particular when you are against a character which has a target rush ready to use, you shouldn't be moving like that. So very bad for SuperJojo. Frageth just tried something and it went good for him. Okay, tries for some ground play. If someone doesn't know, this is one of the few rushes, and I think is the only one that is a target rush, which forces the opponent to the ground, so you get a free bar if you just follow up with running Ki Blast. So Frageth knew what he was doing here. Very nice. Let's see. Nice one. Nice guard on flying kicks. Nice. Nice stuff. Oh, nice recovery from the explosive wave, but it wasn't enough in order to block Frageth from running away. We will analyze the thing after. Don't worry. Nice combos. Oh, another very important thing that we will talk later is the damage maximization. We talked in the first episode about how much that's important, but I didn't talk about how to do that, how to correctly do that. Let's go further. As you can see, he kind of got his life bar, so Frageth just prefers to play relatively safe and goes for a change. He goes again for the Super Dragon Dash, which is something that is wrong in this particular situation. He had a very dangerous cell with 3.5 bars. He just consumed more than a single life health bar in order to just approach. That's something I don't really recommend in this situation. Just watch how Frageth is playing very carefully because he thinks he has his target rush ready, but he just missed a pixel of key. But if he had his target rush ready, that's the correct way on how to play around that. Let's go further. As you can see, Jojo is trying to approach. Nice, and that's that's a very big mistake. You either go for a dodge or you go for a blast 2. You can't do one then the other one. You will never have enough time to do that. And that's the mistake from Jojo. He had to guard and then dodge the last hit in order to not get flanked this way. The Frageth did right here. Nice dodge from the ground slash. Oh, it doesn't block. Okay, now we have a lot to talk about in this particular situation. Just watch here. Frageth gets hit by Jojo's flying kicks, right? Didn't block, so Jojo was free to go further. But he went for a charge attack. Maybe that's a Jojo flowchart, implying that he expects his flying kicks to be blocked, right? And not being able to notice this in a tournament may just communicating us two things. First option is he's under pressure, and that's plausible because he's in tournament. Second thing, he is not able to recognize when his flying kicks are gonna hit or miss. I think that's both of this, because if you're able to recognize when your flying kicks are getting blocked, you can try to go for a charge attack, right? And what can I say? And this way your mix-up becomes efficient. But Frageth, which is not blocking flying kicks, had to be punished here, so he had to just recognize his flying kicks to be blocked and go further in the fight. So maybe he went for a very damaging flowchart, and then another mistake from Frageth, which we will see again. You see here, he didn't punish. But that's understandable, because maybe he was not expecting, while being hit by his flying kicks, to get a charge attack that way. But okay, he goes for a step. They tried various things, but Frageth was ready for the target rush here. And then you see he hasn't been able to get the opponent life bar. It's very bad. Let's see how this is going. Oh, he went for a change. Understandable. Madden versus 17 is a very bad matchup for Madden, in my opinion. As you can see, we are watching something like SuperJojo trying to recover the explosive wave. He recovers the first explosive wave, but he doesn't recover the second one. Let's analyze it. He recovers the first one, and that's okay. He's not even able to move because he recovered perfectly. But the second one was in a very particular spot after the the fifth attack of the melee string. So explosive wave hit just once, as you can see, 500 damage instead of 2. Let's watch it again. Or maybe I went just too forward. Okay, I'm here. Let's analyze the situation here. Do you see? 2 hits, 750 damage. A single hit, just 500 damage. But when you get a single hit explosive wave, the recovery is different, and Jojo wasn't prepared for this. So Frageth, this moment, had 2 options, right? Had 2 explosive wave. He decided to go for 2 different moments in order to throw them, and then it worked. Very nice from Frageth. Let's go further. As you can see, he's going for the ground mix-up, but this is wrong. And is working because Jojo was predictable on the wake-up. The best way for Frageth in order to get a strong ground mix-up with the Madan was to get on his back, right? Let's analyze that. We basically have, let's expand it. Okay. We basically have Gohan Madan here, and your opponent laying on the ground. This is Madan, and this is opponent. If you throw a Madan from here, it will be like this, right? But if you just have a single mistake, you will see your Madan getting blocked by the opponent. What he had to do is to go here, in this point, and throw a Madan from here. So the opponent had to do the correct wake up, but if he do the twisting wake up, because he had to wake up in the other direction, requires a lot more time. So going to the back of the laying opponent is always more efficient than waiting him on the front. Let's go further. As you can see, he goes for running Ki Blast because he only wants to get away with the health bar. He doesn't want anything else, and this is understandable. I would have done a lot more since his change wasn't ready, but getting the bar is always correct, so I can't say this is a big mistake. I would say this is just a very little minor mistake. As you can see, Jojo, oh, that's a weird situation. He went out of the Madan range, but he wasn't expecting that, so he went for an Hydrate barrier. This is a strange recovery from Frageth, and in fact, Jojo was able to turn up and punish him with a Sonic's Wave. And as you can see, he timed very well on this hair wake up and punished with the power balls, getting the life bar. Nice. I agree with this choice because he couldn't do anything more. So it's okay, very well played from Jojo. Double change. Frageth has now Vegeta Super Saiyan and Jojo had Cell. This is something I really hate in Tenkaichi players. When they go for obvious mix-ups. I'm talking about obvious mix-ups, so let's show you obvious mix-ups to avoid. Okay, let's get this. Okay, change into blast 2, emergency explosive wave into blast 2, and explosive wave into blast 2. This is those are obvious mix-ups. They will never work. You get like 1 chance out of 10 in order of this working. Here, Frageth had no reason to use his target rush because he was against a full bar cell. So he's just doing this because he thinks it's an effective mix-up, but this is very wrong. Basically, here, he is losing a lot of his power, and as you can see, he's getting punished for that. Nice recovery, but then Jojo makes a mistake, and this is a kind of reasonable target rush because he tried to punish. He was a bit late, but it was a good try. But let's analyze what happened. He wasted the first target rush, right? So he wasted like a bar and a half. He tried the second one, not wasting it, but Jojo has been able to block it. If he saved the first target rush, he would have now another target rush to mix up against in another situation. So he lost a chance because of this obvious mix-up to avoid. Always avoid these 3 mix-ups. This is a sincere, well, how can I say? This is a very sincere tip from me. Avoid this, please. Let's go further. Okay, nice. He's getting nice front combo. Oh, he fails on the exchange. And is about to lose a life bar. Oh, Jojo doesn't recover here. Very bad mistake. As you can see, Frageth is using very well the strongest ki blast in the game. Vegeta's characters have very strong ki blasts. So using this in order to lose time is a very wise choice. Well, let's see what oh, very bad mistake from SuperJojo here. What happened? Let's analyze. Exactly before changing, watch what is Frageth doing. He was dashing forward. When your opponent is dashing forward when you change into a target rush character, just be ready to throw your target rush because maybe he's throwing something out of this dash. And in fact, this is what happened. You see, Frageth is throwing running ki blast. Jojo had to maybe close a bit more his distance, but he had to punish him for doing this. As you can see, now he's free to change. Max power mode is a complete mistake here by SuperJojo. Why is he letting him transform? Apply pressure. Apply something. You have fear of any kind of blast too? Just throw a ki blast, then move. But then he went for max power mode. And he is wasting his max power mode in the worst way possible. As you can see, nothing combined. SuperJojo played here very wisely the waiting game, and then Frageth here goes for something that has completely no sense. Let's analyze. You see? He has been able to avoid this, and he goes for what? You dodged your opponent's attack. Punish him. Don't do that. What are you doing? You're trying to charge and go for max power again. You got nothing from your max power. Stop doing that. That's a very big mistake. In fact, doing this didn't allow Frageth to watch what was happening. He was just in the wrong position here, and he couldn't be able to block Trunks' target rush. He now is in danger of losing his health bar because his change isn't ready. Jojo isn't applying any kind of pressure. And here we go for the second obvious mix-up. We had change blast 2. Now we have explosive wave blast 2. What's the mistake made from Jojo here? Against the cell, when you don't recover an explosive wave, just move into a side, which can be right or left, your choice. But don't stay there doing nothing, because you can avoid every blast from cell by just moving. So this obvious mix-up have not to be working. That's a very big mistake. Very big. Probably the biggest mistake that has ever made in this set. You just can't allow an opponent to do such risky and useless mix-ups, because he will keep doing. This makes the opponent predictable, so it has no sense. Wise change here from Jojo. Let's analyze what it happens right now. Nice, he just went for the bar. It's reasonable. That's because maybe Frageth wanted to go for another blast 2. He had to play safer and change cell when he had the opportunity before getting Trunks attacking him. Nice change. Maybe he will make the 17 attack with. Exactly, nice dodge here. Nice block. Oh, he tries a semi-flank, but he was in the wrong direction. And there's another mistake here. Watch. With 17 you have to semi-flank on the left, and we will show later why this is working a lot more than flanking on the right. And watch now. He gets hit because he was moving, understandable. Now he's doing a neutral charge attack. When the opponent does a neutral charge attack, just block. You will block and be able to punish. But Frageth is guarding upwards. And this is a big mistake. Because why? Let's analyze again. You see, your opponent is in the advanced stage of the melee string, so he won't be ever going for flying kicks, since the 17 only has on the first and second choice. Complete mistake guarding upwards. If you have to guard, just guard neutral and then move basing on the opponent animation. He gets free guard break and Jojo has a free string. And then we have it again. Explosive wave and blast 2. And this is obviously not hitting. We have to say another thing. This thing is useless when you're against an opponent who can recover against explosive waves. In this case, Jojo didn't recover, so I can't say it had sense, but it wasn't completely wrong. But he had the Android barrier, it wasn't any chance that Madden could hit. Stop doing explosive wave blast 2, is useless, guys. And I hope this video is the proof to that. Nice punish. No! You have to teleport the strings. This is very important. He lost his bar due to an obvious string. Play against CPU. You will see that CPU will do this all time. And you will be able to dodge this. Saludos para Iván Fernández. Sí, amigo, es que yo le había dicho en el video porque CC7 tiene mejor flanking en la izquierda. Es muy pete en la derecha. Gracias. Let's go further. Okay. He's very close to kill his opponent. Why aren't doing anything? What SuperJojo had to do here? You see, he has more than half life bar. In this moment, you have to play very safe because losing a character is losing a lot of opportunities. Just go for emergency explosive wave. He can't punish you. And go for change. You're ready. Don't wait anything more. And he's dead. Really? Because of that mistake. Damn, what a big mistake. This happens a lot because sometimes you have too much confidence in the front game. Saludos, Ivan. Oh, nice from Jojo. Nice bait. I saw a backstep from Cell here. I hope he's not throwing his death beams. And he is. And Frageth was doing the wrong move. This fight is basically doing wrong mix-ups, or well, doing mix-ups in the wrong situation, and people responding with the most wrong response. Let's see how it goes further. Nice. Please recover your explosive wave. What is happening, Jojo? You're able to recover the explosive wave. You have to do always. You're basically allowing your opponent to get free out of your combos. I see too much Ki Blast wasting here. And now you are out of key, and a single mistake would mean that you're gonna likely expect a target rush. Oh, es muy interesante. Y espero que te gustan mi análisis. ¿Tú entiendes el inglés? It's nice. Everything is going good. He probably is dead now. And they made a lot of mistakes. I can resume this up as Cell is doing flying kicks, and when you want to go for rising Ki Blast, las ráfagas, as South Americans say, you have to do very correctly in terms of timing. If you wait a lot, your opponent, as you can see, is able to turn. You see? He turned up. But then he moved. You have to guard here, please guard, instead of moving. You have literally an health pixel left. Why are you moving? So there's an error against another error. As I said before, basically people is doing the wrong mix-ups in the wrong moment, and the opponent is responding with the most wrong response possible in this fight. As long as it works, it's okay. But remember, we are in tournament. We don't have to defeat a single person. We have to defeat everyone. So just go for the best situation, for the best options in the best situations. Cell against cell. Oh, nice. So basically he had an after mage and now he has a 3 blast socks. He can just play Juggernaut with his self because he's basically out of risks. Frageth will play the waiting game. I know him because he has 4 key bars and he translates his 4 key bars with 2 death beams. Oh, he went for an aggression. No, why are you going for the explosive wave when you have after mage? And why are you doing explosive wave death beams? You see, it isn't working. Even with no recovery, it isn't working. Why are you moving? Please stop moving. Again! We are like 2 obvious mix-ups of this kind in 5 seconds and both didn't work. We had like 5 examples of this and only one worked. So what's the sense of doing this? You're getting predictable. It's not even pressure because when you expect something from the opponent, you're not even under pressure. Oh, gracias, Ivan. I'm happy you understand. Okay, nice after mage. Use it very wisely, but be aware because he's ready to throw his explosive wave and he has change ready. If you don't recover correctly his explosive wave, he will do explosive wave change, which that is an actual good move. As you can see. No, what are you doing? But very well played from Jojo. He was actually a bit slow on his recovery, but Frageth did the wrong response. He had just to try to change, because on the ground, explosive wave recovery is slower. And Jojo played still very well, because he tried that. He had nothing else to do, basically. So I can't say if it's a Frageth mistake or a very well played situation from Jojo, but let's watch it again in order to get everything. Oh no, okay, it's very well played from Jojo. He had no chance to change here. Good play from Jojo. And then, really, we had another obvious mix-up, the third one in the spot. Emergency explosive wave blast 2. We had all 3 from Frageth. Okay. You can say, but it worked. Look, he got hit by the death beams. Yeah, and then? He got the death beams and what? He lost another health bar. You will ever say that he's working? Something like that isn't working, and this is the proof. He got nothing back because he didn't kill him, and he wouldn't ever kill in that situation. So, plus, he got punished with another after mage, which he didn't predict, and he has been forced to do another explosive wave of emergency, and he lost another health bar. He lost 2 health bars because of these obvious mix-ups. It obviously didn't work. We are on 1 out of 6. This isn't working. Don't tell to me it's working. This completely isn't working. What are you doing, Jojo? Don't stand here. Approach him. He isn't changing. He wants to go for another Blast 2 mix-up. What are you doing? He was obviously scared under pressure of tournament. Is understandable. Nice. What? Really? What a huge range. And now he's playing hide and seek game. And he did it again. Please stop. Stop. This was a particular occasion because he did the correct explosive wave timing, because it seems like SuperJojo can't deal with that timing, but he responded with the most wrong response possible. He's still trying to throw his death beams. Okay, no, he's changing. Okay, finally. He lost 2 bars trying to get a single blast to hit. So please stop, Frageth. I hate you. Okay, let's talk seriously. SuperJojo played very bad here. He was the worst here, because what are they doing basically? He again tried to move in a situation where he only had to block. This way you're not only losing a single health bar, but you are about to lose your second health bar. And what you want to do? You can't see your opponent and you're approaching him. Just wait. What will I have him to do? He will have to approach. Buy things. It's obvious. And as you can see, he approached. Nice perfect flanking. As you can see, wrong recovery. And then he gets his death beams. Frageth uses very bad his mix-up because he's very predictable, but this is working as long as Jojo isn't punishing a lot of things and is very scared to approach him. Well, we have change blast 2 and this isn't working, but as you can see, Jojo isn't punishing. So Frageth will keep going forward in order to do that. Do it again. It's okay. Wait just a second. I just remember right now that I can get this chat in the new window, so I can always look for this by here. Okay. Let's do something like that. Okay. Good. Now I can see in real time. Okay. We are getting into the boring part of this fight because they are basically scared of getting into the melee zone. And why? I would say why Frageth should be scared of getting into the SuperJojo zone. He's almost dead, and if he changes, he has another almost dead character. This comes just from an obsession from Frageth, which is the obsession of the Blast 2, that we will analyze later. But let's analyze the fight right now. You see, they go into max power mode and do nothing. This is useless. Don't even go to max power mode. It's obvious. He tried. Nice defense. No, why the hell are you going into hell of wild sense in tournaments? Wild sense is so useless. I guess he's very scared. But nice explosive wave. This is working very good. No! The same mistake from the previous part. He is basically going for movement when you only have to block. In that situation, the Madden was extremely effective because he had a granted flanking afterwards. So well played from Frageth. And I'm sorry for you, Jojo. You were in the wrong spot in the wrong moment. But that was very well played from Frageth, I have to say. Nice. Let's go forward. Okay, he's going full rush. He has nothing to lose here. And again, explosive wave. Blast 2. And did it work? Respond yourself to me. Oh, Jojo is under a sort of tilt right now. He got it because he was too much in a hurry of waking up. I can't understand he's getting hit by this madam. But it didn't work, obviously. And he's going for another madam. And let's see why it has sense right now. Look at the distance. Okay, we get back into the wrong wake up. Watch. He is literally next to his opponent. If he guards, he has a granted flanking. And as you can see, flanking. If only he recovers explosive waves. And then we have another explosive wave plus 2, which isn't working. We are like in 8 or 9 chances where only a single chance worked. And as you can see, this is very important. Last thing of the fight, Frageth is going for nut and go. We can say nut and go with his key blast. That's the most efficient way to end the fight. Okay? The commentators are like in a hype because they thought Jojo won, but it actually was twisted. As I want to remember you, SuperJojo is player 1 and Frageth is player 2. Okay? And the fight is over. Oh, we are like almost an hour of live stream. Let's do the last considerations. Okay, fight is over, right? Let's close this and let's keep this open. Let's try to do like that. Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's analyze again. Player 1, SuperJojo. And then Frageth, player 2. We will analyze the common mistakes. Or, well, not. Let's do something better. We delete this. Blue is for good. Oh, I chose the wrong color, apparently. Good. Oh, I've got good moves. And then we have, with the red, bad moves. And we will analyze this way why Frageth won and why SuperJojo lost. Let's start with SuperJojo. Bad thing is being impatient. And as the opposite of SuperJojo, the good thing about Frageth was to be patient. You know, Tenkaichi metagame is about to be patient and attack in the right moment at the right time. So being impatient could mean you're always search for attack, or it just means you're attacking in the wrong moments only. Because SuperJojo wasn't going always for an attack. And this is the second wrong point here. SuperJojo waited when he had not to wait, attacked when he had not to attack. It's really easy. You know, like those zones where we had max power mode when they were doing anything. In those situations, Frageth actually had to wait there because he was applying pressure with this waiting. He was saying to his opponent, come over, attack me. I will explode you if you do that. And that, even if it's boring to watch, we have to think that in tournaments you only think about beating your opponent, right? Whether it's boring or spectacular. So Frageth just goes straight for the kill. Goes straight for the kill. No matter what. And this is a good point, actually. Because we are in tournament, and if you want to win in a tournament, you have to go like that. Okay? Oh, the other bad thing about, well, let's say that the good thing about JoJo is good explosive wave recovery. Sorry? Despite Frageth didn't recover a single explosive wave. Okay? Whether you like or not, I will write this here and feel free to condemn me, but explosive waves require skill. Kill me or not, I can prove that this is true. This statement is true, and I will circle out. I don't want to listen that explosive wave doesn't require skill, but I can say to you, you won't ever be able to recover against explosive wave and deal against those as I do. I have no fear to say that. Explosive wave are a useful tool which needs to be used wisely, as everything, right? So don't tell to me that this doesn't require any skill. If you think that doesn't require skill, it's because you're maybe mistaking something. Okay? I will show you in another video why explosive wave requires skill. Okay? What to say? Okay, I close this. Oh, let's come back to JoJo and Frageth. I said explosive wave requires skill because Frageth placed perfectly his explosive wave. We can't say anything. Placed his explosive waves perfectly. Okay? Because we can't say SuperJojo placed well his explosive wave, because Frageth not being able to recover a single explosive wave means that every explosive wave is affected, right? So basically, what I'm trying to say is that SuperJojo needs to be even more accurate than this in recovering explosive wave. And I move this here. Okay. So, next point. A good point from SuperJojo is that he was quietly unpredictable. He was various gameplay. Okay, and no, sorry, wrong color. Various gameplay. And I get this. Yep. Despite Frageth having a very predictable game, a very predictable gameplay. I would say that maybe because I know him very well, he's probably the Italian player which I played against the most. But I can assure you that a guy that does every three of these obvious mix-ups is predictable. And that's in here comes another bad point from SuperJojo, which is not being able to real time analyze and punish, because he maybe was noticing that Frageth went for the same obvious mix-ups over and over, but it didn't punish a single time. So those mix-ups, I wouldn't say they become effective, but they become dangerous. Okay? Not being able to real-time analyze and punish was a very bad point from SuperJojo, and probably this one is the only one that really made him lose. He maybe lost only for this point, right? As we saw for Chemic Power against Rob, he maybe only lost due to this point. Okay? As long as I say this, I would say that Frageth going straight for the kill no matter what was very effective against a scared player, right? And I would say he maybe only won due to this point. Okay, so we have again another scenario where Frageth has been able to win only with a single thing, which was going straight for the kill no matter what, which is very interesting. And SuperJojo not being able to real-time analyze and punish, which is the only thing that maybe really made him lose. So let's analyze furthermore. Why Frageth can go straight for the kill, and why Jojo isn't able to real-time analyze and punish? Response is very obvious, and it was written before. Read this. Experienced, inexperienced. Because let's say we have this, okay? I would call this experienced player or an unexperienced player. How do we define this? The experienced player is someone that always goes for tournaments or plays plays a lot since a lot of time. Let's say like that. I don't care if this is wrong in English. I just want to make you understand this concept. An experienced player always goes for tournaments and plays since a lot of time. Okay? An experienced player rarely goes to turns. Plays since a short period of time. Let's move. Oh, fuck you. It's okay. Maybe experienced players played with very strong players, which is the case of Frageth, because he played against me a lot, he trained with me a lot, which I am nowadays the best European player, I can say. They say that to me, so don't cringe at me. And maybe inexperienced players plays against similar level opponents. Okay. Obviously, this is building this thing, always going for tournaments, playing always with very strong players, and playing since a lot of time builds in a player a lot of confidence, right? And then an unexperienced player, which rarely goes to tournaments, plays against similar level opponents only. Let's add an only here. And plays since a short period of time. This is building something that's the opposite of self-confidence. We have strong self-confidence here. Weak self-confidence. Okay. Now that I've said that, I can say that the meeting point of this is just one word. Tournaments. Okay? Tournaments pressure. Trying to saturate it. Okay. Obviously, an experienced player with strong self-confidence will have less tournament pressure. Okay? But a player with a weak self-confidence will have higher tournament pressure. And I would say that Frageth can go straight for the kill because he has literally no tournament pressure. And I can say Jojo isn't able to real-time analyze and punish because he's under a very high tournament pressure. As we can see, he made a lot of mistakes due to pressure, and this conditioned their whole gameplay this way. Okay, if Frageth didn't recover a single explosive wave and had a very predictable gameplay, is because he plays since a lot of time and he's used to play like that. Okay, but if Jojo is impatient, he waited when he had not to wait, attacked when he had not to attack, this is all because he wasn't being able to real-time analyze and punish, and this is because he was under a high tournament pressure, right? This is the complete analysis of Frageth against SuperJojo, right? I hope you guys enjoyed. I think this will be the only part because I don't think there's anything left to say. So thanks for watching. See you into the next analysis.